Welcome to Hartley Bell, where we've got this men's over 40 clash between Singapore and the Alliance. Singapore suffering a defeat to Germany yesterday, and the Alliance in a lovely draw with Malaysia, and we have the Anthems. Lovely rendition there of the anthems. Obviously, the Alliance being a invitational team where many players come from all over the world, so they get the World in Union, PJ Powers, and obviously Singapore getting their normal anthem. Plenty of support here. Do the Singaporeans on the sidelines as well as on the stream. We see your comments, so please let us know who you're supporting, where you're watching from. It's great to have you on board. Singapore will be definitely looking to get their first win under their belts today. Their first game against Germany, probably one of the toughest oppositions in the pool. Definitely one of the toughest. This is a big moment for them. Looking to get their first points. Both teams just having their final chats. Last sort of preparation before they get going. Looking at the starting lineups from the Alliance side, we've got in goals, Bins, Rousseau, Peacock, Ullerman, Willis, Mallinson, Cassia, Ulchin, Tehran, and Love. From the Singapore side, in goals we have Fu, then we've got Lim, Bonadiston, Toft, Asenfalt, Singh, Gianotten, Singh, Chik Lang, and Disseldorp. Coached by Kanan Pakisami. Malaysia playing, Singapore rather, playing from right to left in your screens in the red kit, the Alliance in the blue, playing from left to right. Singapore will take us away. And there we have it, underway here at Hartleyville. Singapore straight out to the back, and a lovely little overhead right off the restart, looking to catch these Alliance men off guard, but well won by the Alliance. Massive aerial over the top. It's a foot race, and with this wind that's blowing at the moment at Hartleyville, that's going to be very tricky to trap. Wind sort of blowing straight towards the camera at the moment from across the far side of the field, so it doesn't really affect the length that you can throw from, but it will if you're coming from the far side. Rare mistake there from the captain Ranjan, as now the Alliance with an opportunity down this right hand side into the 23 through Love. Umpire saves play on, wins the free hit. They look to take it quickly here, do the Alliance. Did well to just find a foot. Looks to be a Singapore ball. And shaping for the overhead is this number 8 of Singh, but he looks up the line with the long handle. Doesn't work out for them. It's Mallinson, sends it back into the midfield. Couldn't get a hold of anyone there, and it will be Singapore down the right hand side. Lovely bit of individual skills here from the number 17, it looks like. But now the Alliance once again on the build-up. Alliance yesterday had a great game between them and Malaysia, but game only really opened up in the fourth quarter. Both sides were really tentative in the first three, not really looking to go forward too fast, and they struggled to connect in the final quarter of the field. They'll be looking to improve on that today. As we see now, Singapore entering the 23 down the right hand side. They've sent the ball into the circle, takes a touch, and the opener is scored just 3 minutes into this clash. Singapore take the lead. That's the first goal of the tournament for them. It looks to be the number 9 of Tang Chik Lang with the opener. Just found himself in the right position there, did Chik Lang. Ball came in from the right hand side of the D. He was there waiting, and a lovely finish. Beats the keeper, and Singapore take the lead. See a replay coming up now. A lovely bit of individual skills here. Brilliant turn. Looks at the option on the right, but sees his man running towards P spot, and a brilliant finish. Men in red are up, and as I say that, they come on the attack again into the circle, looking for something. The shot comes off, and it's a second. It looks like it is the number 9 once again of Chik Lang on the far post, winning his second goal of the game. It was a brilliant shot by the number 4 of Soren Toft, who was able to get the ball across. It looks like the goal's going to go to Toft though. Brilliant once again, just turning to the right hand side, beats the keeper, and it will go to Toft. Chik Lang couldn't get a touch on it, but once again, great positioning from him. Singapore 2-0 up in the first 5 minutes here. What a cracking start to the game. Speaking to the captain there, number 10, Ranjan, yesterday he said they're such a proud nation of Singaporeans. And coming from such a small country, they're really happy to be here with this opportunity. They did really well against the Germans yesterday. They're looking at a really tidy unit. He said he's going to trust the process and the goals will come. Well, certainly they have this morning. A little bit of an unforced error there. Gives the Alliance a chance through the middle, but there we go. The captain, Ranjan, makes no mistake. He's a solid wall at the back for the Singaporeans. Number 4, goal scorer Toft sends it up the field. Will be a long corner. Giotton sends it out. You'll see the Alliance will leave this dangler really high up on the field, just to cause trouble at the back, force the Singapore men to keep the ball on one side of the field, and as soon as they turn the ball over, they'll look to find that player. Another unforced error there from the Alliance. They get lucky though, as it falls kindly for them. Now they've got some space and numbers down the right. Beautiful ball. Just couldn't get a hold of it there. Here's the right wing. Now they send it out. Singapore moving into more of a back 4 shape here. Lovely ball over the top. Finds Toft. You see how dangerous this man can be. That one just running away from the other goal scorer, Chik Lang. Much better from Singapore. This is the first time they've really had high transfer possession in this tournament. Obviously the first game being against Germany. Lovely ball over the top, but just couldn't get a hold of that one. Maybe the wind playing a factor there. Just floating a little bit further than it should do. Arsenfeld into the midfield. Finds the number 7 of Gianotton. Also a great player for the Singapore side. He understands space very well. Sees where he needs to go. Singapore just working their way up the side. Barnardston on the ball now. Sends it out. Mustn't force here. Singapore, they must go back to their strength of playing on that counter-attack, playing on the clean D entries. See now Alliance with the opportunity to come up the right-hand side. Attempted aerial. Doesn't quite go to plan, but does take a deflection. It will be free it with the Alliance. They've got to look to change the channel. They're really one-dimensional at the moment. As I say that, there the ball comes across. They're looking for a short corner, but it does hit the foot of the Alliance player, and it will be a restart. Ranjan here, possibly thinking this number 13 in Jody Aldridge was on the park, but he was waiting for his substitution to come off. Would have been a hell of a counter-attack if he was there. Peacock sends it in. Takes a touch. Still with the Alliance. They send it all the way out. Mallinson, Peacock. Back into the midfield. Got some space now to the Alliance down the left, but that pass doesn't go to hand. Dispossessed Singapore though. Also double turnovers. Singapore just got to look to be a little bit more composed when they do win the ball. Find that easy pass, because at the moment they're coughing up possession as just as quickly as they win it. That will be a long corner. This is better from the Alliance, clawing their way back into the game. They've got a bit of a mountain to climb, but there we go. Looking for the ball into the circle, can't find it that time. Maybe just a little bit rushed in this final quarter of the Alliance at the moment. And we saw that yesterday. They couldn't make that final connection. They're just trying to force it. But now, once again, Captain Ranjan will have a chance to set his team up. Round the back they go. Ball over the top for the Singapore men. Lovely little weighted pass, but unfortunately number 14 of Noel Ollers has a little bit of a slip, but does come away with a free hit there. Pang makes it live. Big slap towards the circle, but well managed by the Alliance men. They've got to just hold this up, find a pass, and potentially win a free hit for their side, which they do. It's great work from the Alliance there, just knowing that there's not many options going forward. They've got to slow it down, got to get numbers for going forward, and it's exactly what they do. Win the free hit, and here we go. Big aerial over the top. We're looking for the mistake. They find one, taken quickly by the Alliance. This is dangerous now as they enter the circle, but well picked up by none other than the captain, Ranjan. And once again, Singapore on the attack down the right-hand side. Beautiful ball to a man down on the far right-hand corner. Wins the long corner. Still with Singapore as they look to find something down the right hand side. Number 7 of Giannotten takes it quickly, looking for something in the circle, but falls kindly for the Alliance as they clear. But Singapore once again on the attack, and a short corner is awarded for a foot inside the circle. Looks to be the 258. 288 rather. Brian Klopper of the Alliance just couldn't do much there, but it will be the opener, the first short corner of the game. We saw Singapore with a few short corners yesterday, couldn't get on the board. A couple of variations, a couple of flicks. What will they have for us from the top of the D? Great stop. Flick comes in. He goes left. And a lovely goal. That's the third for Singapore. Number 4, Soren Toft, with a brilliant finish to the left-hand side of the goals. Second one for him of the game. He'll be really happy with that one. You see, injection comes in. Great stop. He flicks it past that first wave, and a lovely finish into the side of the net. Nothing much that the Alliance keeper in Chris Binns could do there. Once again, Singapore now on the attack. Big tackle, but they get away with it to the Alliance. Still going. Couple of hefty contests in the midfield here. And it goes the way of Singapore. It's great defensive work from them, just holding strong and winning that midfield battle. Pang sends it forward, looking for Ho. But it will be Giannotten on the ball. The Marshall. Out to the right hand side they go. Mistrapped. And the Alliance now come forward. Great little turnout from that left back, and looking for a foot. And doesn't find one. Giannotten steps up. Just 30 seconds left on the clock. They'll be looking to get something out here. Be a long corner. Once again, we've seen Singapore be so good when they get their clean D entries. And they don't want to force this. But as I say that, down to the right hand side they go. And unfortunately, just couldn't get a hold of that. And it will be a 16 to the Alliance. And that should bring us near to the end of the first quarter, where it's been a clinical performance from Singapore so far in the game. They've taken their chances, they've had their D entries, and lead by 3 goals to 0 at the moment. The Alliance struggle to find an answer to the Singapore attack. They're too getting some D entries, but just can't find that final connection in the circle. It's been a cracker. Don't go anywhere, we'll catch you after the break. Welcome back to the second quarter here in this men's over 40 clash between Singapore and the Alliance. It's been one-way traffic at the moment. Singapore really just finding their strengths at the in this first quarter. But now the Alliance straight on the attack. Early start to the quarter. Shot comes in. Great save, but it will be a short corner. Ball lifted dangerously off the keeper. That was great work from the Alliance. Much better. Showing their intent. Moving the ball. And they win themselves their first short corner of the game. We saw a couple of flicks from them yesterday, a couple of variations, but that game remained goalless against Malaysia. Stop comes in, slight mistrap, but it falls kindly for the Alliance. They're looking for something. A couple of whistles going here, but it's none of ours, and it will be a long corner. That shot just been taken from outside the circle. The Lions looking to take it quickly, but umpires just making sure it's on the correct spot and everyone's on the same page. Ball comes into the circle, falls kindly for the line. Shot comes in, and it once again takes a deflection off a stick. It will be a long corner. The Lions are looking threatening. They had a few shots. They're testing the goalkeeper of Singapore here. So now they move down to this left-hand side into the circle. Once again, great work from the captain, Ranjan. He's doing bits at the back here, is the Singapore captain. Really putting in a big shift. Once again, ball slapped in. And another long corner. The Lions really happy to just keep this going. Keep the pressure on, because the Singapore defense has got to crack eventually. Big ball into the corner. Once again, Ranjan's there. Taken quickly. There's a few men you can beat at the back, but the Singapore captain Ranjan is certainly not one of them. He then looks for the long handle up the line. He finds it. Singapore now going forward. Dispossessed though. Mallinson. Bit of a wayward pass there. As the number 7 of Janotan steps up. Finds a ball up the line. Much better from Mallinson as he makes that steal. Sends it into the midfield. Dispossessed though, and now Singapore once again through the number 8 of Singh. Take it quickly. Janotan finds a foot just outside the circle. Also taken quickly. Ball across. Takes a shot. Upright backstick shot comes in from the goal scorer Soren Toft, but that one just wide of the upright. That would have been an amazing goal. That he received it, popped it up, and lined up that upright backstick early. Great work from him. Alliance once again on the 16. Sends it to Mallinson. Looking for options. Goes to the aerial. Couldn't be trapped there by Singapore. Alliance take it quickly. Once again now. Down this right hand side. Big ball across the field. They couldn't get a hold of it. and taken quickly by the Alliance as they into the circle now. Right, a couple of stick tackles. And a hit out is awarded for a stick block. A really interesting call there. I'm not sure that's the right one, but a call was made nonetheless. It's been a difficult one to blow of recent times, is the stick block. I'll get back to that because Singapore, down the right hand side they go. A shot comes in and it's over the crossbar. Going back to the stick block, it's been something that has been poorly blown here in South Africa over the last few years. Obviously the players' skill levels are increasing, and with our massive growth in schoolboy hockey here, and the umpires aren't protecting skill. What happens is defenders are able to now just clatter into these sticks, and there's lots of confusion going on here, and a green card is awarded. I'm not sure to who. Umpires are losing control of the game. Yeah, as I was saying, poorly blown rule really is a stick block, just because defenders can clatter into sticks and they're being protected by the stick blocking rule. The rule is that you have to actually move their stick while not being in control of the ball, and currently the yardstick is being blown as a stick block, as we see that cleared out by the Alliance. Will be a Singapore ball. Direct ball into the circle. Falls kindly for Singapore. They ride a few stick tackles and they are awarded a short corner, much to the disapproval of this Alliance side. That one was the right call being made there. Now we saw Soren Toft have a wonderful flick from the top of the circle in the last short corner. What will they have in store for us here? Injection comes in, stopped. Soren flicks, great save, and it will be a long corner. That was great work from Toft once again. Just missing his mark by a fraction, and it gave Chris Binns the opportunity to make that save. But a goal is scored. Brilliant finish. The umpires will need to have a chat about this one. The Alliance up in arms in disbelief. The umpires just having a discussion here to see whether this goal will be awarded. And it will stand. Singapore up by 4. I'm not sure who the goal scorer was there. We'll hopefully get a replay soon. But the Alliance now really have a mountain to climb. Singapore send it around the back. Pops it over. It's better from Singapore. This is where they're strong. Just moving the ball around the back in this high transfer shape. Under a little bit more pressure as the Alliance men just slowly step up there pressing line. Great ball into the 23 and he turns. He's got some wheels, does Toft. Carries down the right hand side, looks for a foot but doesn't find one. Great little carry, big tackle. Alliance asking for a card, but it doesn't seem it'll come. Well, correction, it will come after a couple of protests. Umpires have got to be careful here. They seem to be buying into this complaining from the Alliance side. They can't let players run the game. They've got to take control and back their own decisions. Massive collision once again. It looks like that might have been some head contact. And it will be a yellow card for the Singapore men. And they are down to 9 players on the field at the moment. That was a huge collision there. Ill discipline from Singapore, and now they're in trouble. They're really pulling their press out now, sitting deep, waiting for the linesmen to come to them. Ball goes into the circle, no one's there to collect it. It will be a Singapore ball. Don't know why they're rushing to take this. They're 2 men down. You just want to slow it down, be in control, and wind down the minutes on those cards. Ranjan showing his experience there. Just making sure that they win the free hit. The linesmen now taking the ball back to him to try and speed up proceedings, knowing that they want to use the most of their 2-men advantage. Surprised they're not really pressing too hard here. And once again, great experience shown by Singapore, just finding the free hit, taking their time. Colvin Lim just putting on a foot. They send it now round the back. Poor mistake from Lim. Couldn't find Ranjan. And it will be a long corner now to this Alliance side. Falls kindly for Singapore. They don't want to get too ahead of themselves here. They're still 2 men down. Want to just make the connections and move their way slowly up the field. As they do so, a diving attempt to keep the ball in. He does so. Singapore into the 23. The ball still in the circle. Dangerous times for the Alliance men. Backstick comes in and will be a dangerous ball called surely. Umpires once again not too sure what to blow. They've got to really have a chat now at half time, be able to regather themselves and just get into control of this fixture, because at the moment they are losing it. When the umpire starts second guessing their decisions, it's very simple. The players start to too. And that's what can open a can of worms. Mallinson fires one over the sideline. Out to Lim. Ranjan. Now the right hand side. Big hit up the line. Couldn't trap that. Could Toft. It will be the Lions restart on the sideline as the clock winds down. The Lions just happy to move the ball around the back. Still with a man advantage. They will have some gaps. They just got to get the ball there. Now we see they find that space down the left-hand side. This is better from the Alliance. They've got a 2v1 now. They play it. Men in the circle. And just over the baseline from the captain of Warren Love. Oh, a great pass from him. He'll be upset with that. He's a great player. Would have done. Expected to do a lot better. Looks like the number 8 of Singh coming off here. 6 rather. Of Singh. And now Singapore really are taking their time. Alliance turn the ball over, but Ranjan's there to sweep it up. Diving attempt to clear. Finds a foot. He did well there, did Ranjan. Number 4 of Toft on the ball. Dangerous player. Sends it out to the right. 50-50 in the middle for Giannotin, but he loses it. Now the Alliance on the attack down the right hand side. Looks up. Sees his man on the outside. Back in. Into the circle they go. Wins a free hit just outside. And now they move the ball once again to the Lions, winning another free hit. They've got to get onto the far side of the turf. They've got that man advantage, but the only way they're going to exploit that is if they can get the ball to the opposite side and get the Singapore defense shifting. Into the circle now, down the right hand side. They'll look for a short corner here or something. Great defending from the Singapore men. Really low, really nice. And they look to outlet to safety. And they win the free hit. That's great work from Singapore. Really riding out the pressure. Happy to be in the zone. Happy to defend. Marshalled by Ranjan at the back. Big hit, takes a touch off an Alliance member. So it will be Singapore restart here. Not much time left on the clock. Alliance looking all around for that passing option, and that will bring us to the end of the first half here, where Singapore currently lead 4-0. It's been a better performance from the Alliance in the second quarter there, but still yet to find the answer. Can't find that final pass in the last quarter. But don't go anywhere. We'll catch you for some more brilliant hockey action coming up after the break.
Masters hockey players, want to get selected and perform in national and international tournaments? My name is Lauren Penny, international hockey player and coach. And over the last 10 years, I've helped close to 1,000 hockey players to do just that. And now, I want to help you. So I've put together a free training video called The 4 Ways to Modernize Your Game, available at themodernhockeyplayer.com. Inside the video, you're going to discover how to stay competitive, confident and injury-free as you get older, so that you get selected and excel in national and international masters teams. Get instant access at themodernhockeyplayer.com.
Right, welcome back to the third quarter in this men's over 40 clash between Singapore and the Alliance, where Singapore have had a dominant display thus far in the game. They've taken their chances, unlike the Alliance, who have had plenty of opportunities but just haven't been able to get the ball across the line there. As we see an overhead now, down to the right hand side, well picked up by the Alliance men. He's got to hold this up, wait for players to arrive. He does. Love on the ball. Blown up for obstruction. And Singapore take it quickly. This is where they're so dangerous, are the Singapore men. They really are super quick on that counter attack, but that time just couldn't get a hold of it. And it will be an Alliance restart. Big aerial being thrown now. Couple of missed traps, but Ranjan, well done to him. Manages to get that one under control. As I said, it's lovely to have you guys joining us on the stream. We've got Chris van der Leer watching from Christchurch, New Zealand, supporting the Alliance. Philippa Fahrenholtz, come on Singapore. And as we see that, great save. Falls kindly for Singapore as they now push it towards the goals, but it will be just a 16. Got Amarjeet Singh. I agree with you there, lad. It certainly has been an entertaining first half and much to come as the Alliance now work their way up this right hand side. Great little pickup. They've got a man on T-point. Can they find him? He just got caught up underneath his feet there. Great defending from Singapore. Just being able to break it down, slow the game. And it allows them to get numbers back behind the ball and eventually resulting in the turnover. Alliance now still on the attack. Foot race down the right hand baseline, but it will just be a 16. Big aerial coming up. Falls kindly for Singapore as they look, got to move this across the far side of the field. They do. Big hit comes in. Well picked up by the Alliance as they find some space now down the right. Ran it into a bit of a flat stick. Taken quickly though. Alliance now progress into the 23 down the right hand side. Sends it out. Got to move it all the way around here to the Alliance. Just being caught holding onto the ball a little bit long at stages. And there we go. This is a result of that. Took too long to get the ball out. Took a long time to get around to the left hand side. And then the men in blue were under pressure. And that resulted in the unforced error. But here we go. Singapore on the attack now down the left hand side. They've got numbers going forward. He's got to lead to the outside of his man here. He does so into the circle and pops it on a foot. That's neatly done by the Singapore men. Realizing there's no one at far post, the shot's not going to be worth it. Just tucks it onto a foot. And Singapore win their second short corner of the game. So a lovely flick from Soren Toft, the number 4. Early in the game. He then had a second one where he just hooked it a little bit left. Keeper was able to make a clean save. Where will he go this time? Injection missed, but still with Singapore. First shot's up, and that will be a hit out. Lions wasting no time. They realize they've got numbers forward. Counter-attack opportunity still on as they move the ball up the right flank, back inside. Lovely little interplay between those two players. And then again, that final pass. They did so well to get the ball all the way up there. They were just really struggling to make that last connection in the 23 or in the D. As now Singapore send it over the top. Out to the right back. Bit of a 50-50 there. Singapore come away with it down the right. Great little ball, but well intercepted by the Alliance men. It will be a sideline hit. Individual skills as they carry it into the circle. They keep going down the baseline and comes across the goals. And umpire just says the ball ran over the baseline there before they made the cross. And it will just be a 16. Up the right they go, and again just a bobbling ball, tricky to trap. As you'll see the patches drying out on the Astro with this wind. Astro tends to dry out very quickly here in Cape Town. Singapore now just walking it up. Aerial attempt, but unsuccessful. Alliance now once again up the middle they go. A really good diving save there from Ranjan. That's probably a goal saving effort there. And it's going to set Singapore up once again on the attack. They've got a player out to the right. They find him. To the number 10 they go. Or 16 rather, Jan Dusseldorp. Win themselves a long corner. It's better from Singapore. They such a good side when they move the ball and get into these high possession scenarios. Jonathan got fortunate with that touch because there was no one really behind. They're not making Lisa T points, are the Singapore men. They're just waiting for the ball into the circle. Shows maybe there's quite a direct game plan. As we see now, ball falls kindly for them on the left shoulder of the circle. Move their feet around, but unfortunately that one just clipping the foot of that Singapore striker. And it will be a 16 free hit out to the Alliance. Another unforced error, and Singapore come away with the ball. Brilliant little touch there from Dusseldorp. Long corner it is. Aerial into a congested area. That's not really the best play from Singapore. It's just a desperation pass really. And now Alliance work their way up the field. Did all the work to Singapore to turn that one over and just popped it over the sideline. Long handle comes out. Ranjan is caught on the back foot. There's a man at P-spot. Shot comes in. And a back stick is the call from the umpire. And it will be a hit out. Singapore waste no time. They get going again. Round the middle. Asking for the blow, but not going to get it this time. Alliance once again on the attack. Madison, brilliant turn. Finds some space out on the right hand side now. Singapore just carrying the ball up that left hand touchline. You've got to try and cut in earlier. He had the opportunity to do so and cut off that defender, but didn't see it that time, and get fortunate to win the free hit and a subsequent long corner. It looks like it's been changed over to a 16. Brilliant play from the Alliance as they play in and out the pocket, and that's what we want to see more of. We want to see more of this hockey. When they play that type of hockey, they really look like a really good hot side. And now they win themselves a free hit just outside the circle. A long corner is awarded. It's much better from the Alliance, just spending their time in the right place of the field. And now we'll see them just transfer the ball around once again. There's plenty of space out on this left hand side if they can find it. Shot comes in and it's a goal! A lovely little ball into the circle from the centre back, and a double lead. Trying to get the number. It looks like it's a 224 of Damien Callitz for the Alliance side. Perfect positioning for him around that P-spot region. And the Alliance strike back. 4-1 is the call. That was a much better passage of play from the Alliance men there. Used the ball on the right hand side in the pocket, pulled in the Singapore defense, and then found some space around the sides. Eventually moving the ball into the circle. They had a play in the right zone and it was an easy finish. But here they go once again. Into the circle come the Alliance. Falls kindly for them. They're still on the attack. Through P-spot. Shot comes in and a short corner is awarded. That's great work from the Alliance men. That was their centre back there. Mallinson did a hard yards all the way from the right hand side of the field. Progressed through the line, and it's very difficult to pick up a defender. You suddenly watching your centre forward, doesn't know where his man is, and your three centre backs are going, well, I've suddenly got an extra man here. And Mallinson did really well there to create that overlap, and a short corner is won. Second one for the Alliance. Just a single castle. They got runners to the right. What's the option? Injection is good. Stop is good. Flick comes in. Off the foot of the first wave runner, and it will be another short corner. That was a good flick from the Alliance there. Able to get it off, but good running. Let's see what they're going to do again. Once again, to the top it goes. Flick comes in low and left. Looking for that slider variation. Player coming into that left post. And a couple more chats from the Alliance men, and once again, injection comes in. It's wayward this time. Flick looking for something. It looked to hit a foot from here, but the umpires say no, play on. Singapore now on the attack down the right hand side. They've got a man on the top of the circle. Can they find him? But oh, Mallinson with the read. My word, that is great defending from him. He's made his way all the way back and just read that pass so well. Gave that fake space. Wanted the Singapore men to pass there, and they did so. And he was there to effect this transfer. Really great defensive work from him. As now they send it round the back. Hefty tackles coming in, but Singapore do come away with it. Working their way up the right are the Singapore men. Would have liked to seen a bit of advantage there, but it will still be a free hit. All the way back out for the men in red. Ranjan sends it out to the left. Now from the right hand side, big hit comes in, looking for a touch, and that one just pops up, and it will be dangerous. And I don't know what's going on here. Could just be another chat. It is too. No cards are given. Another massive aerial being thrown. That one cleared for touch. With time running out on the clock here, Singapore looks to just hold this one out, build a few phases. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter here in this clash between the Singapore men and the Alliance IMC over 40s. Alliance finding a way back in this third quarter. Singapore remain goalless there, but overall keep their lead of 4-1. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you for some final cracking action after the break. Welcome back to the fourth and final quarter here in this men's over 40 clash between Singapore and the Alliance. It's been a cracker. Both sides have shared the possession and territory stats. It's just Singapore, the difference being that first 5 minutes of the game where they went 2-0 up, courtesy of some lovely finishes from Soren Toft and Tan Chik Lang. At the Alliance are clawing their way back into this game. They've just scored a brilliant goal. Man on P-spot, ball in. But they've got to make sure that they get the ball into these scoring zones. As we see now, the Lions once again on the attack. Great transfer of possession. Man on, they're under pressure, the Alliance. They turned over. They win the free hit to the Singapore men. So again, it's lovely to have you guys on the screen. Ball into the circle. Takes a deflection. It will be dangerous though. Got lots of support obviously here, but also at home. Got David Ahir supporting Singapore, along with Chin Hock Tan, Amarjit Singh. Shout out to friends in Cape Town. Harry Azkrak, Anita de Kock and Wayne Kerr. Sean Crusoe supporting his mate Damon. And goal scorer in Damien Callett. It was a great finish. As we see now, Singapore into the circle. Flick comes in. Great save. Well dealt with Mallinson. Picked that out of the air. Controlled it and cleared for safety. It was much better from Singapore. Just they've struggled to get the ball into that zone in the last couple of minutes. But it looks like it will be a short corner anyway. Ball being deemed dangerous coming off the keeper. Singapore will have their fourth short corner of the game. We saw a lovely flick from the number 4 of Soren Toft. They flicked 3 subsequent ones that have been off target. Let's see what we'll have from the top of the circle. Injection comes in, stops good. It is a flick. They go low. Rebound's good though. And another short corner is awarded. Alliance claiming it's hit their hand, but once again there's no reviews. You know, I probably have the best view there, and my advice would be on stick with the on-field decision. Singapore once again line up with a double castle this time on top D. We've got a runner going in far right. Slight shift. Injections. Goes a miss. Straight hit. And it is the number 7 of Yuri Giannotti with a great finish. The short corner didn't go to plan. He took his time on that one. Made sure he got the stop. And a lovely straight hit. Beats the keeper. And that will take Singapore's lead to 5. Alliance men, not much you could do from that position.